Yes, thank you so much for having us again.
Yeah, I love the album and I've been very intrigued by it. So it's great to catch up and to talk about how everybody came together and the history and the album. So thank you.
Thank you. And here's the leader, the fearless leader, Broom.
Hi.
Hi, what's going on today?
Very good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Of
thank you for taking a minute out. It's great. So,
course.
so
Yeah,
is it just going to be so Chelsea's going to come in and that will be it for right now?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I just want to make sure that everything's good and then all right, there we go. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey.
Hi, Chelsea.
So it's great to see you. Thank you so much for taking a minute out today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
You bet. So I don't know if I mean, it's just fact, but today's the 5-year anniversary of this pandemic, of everything really shutting down on the 13th.
Oh,
I
oh my
know.
God.
Oh,
Oh no.
I didn't know
It,
that.
this is happening to everybody, which I think is a good thing because it means that it may be in the rearview mirror and we're getting past it. But it was such a big deal for musicians. And as a result, it kind of recalibrated everything. And you all have individual careers, but you've come together for Empress. So I'm curious how much of living through that time period has reverberated either into the formation of this group or what you've done as musicians since that time.
Um, who wants to start first? Me?
yeah, it's your project. You can
Yeah.
come up with the idea.
So, yeah, this idea actually goes back to around yeah, like a 2010 or something. But actually from so I planned this project actually kind of that time frame. But yeah, but actually I really wanted to record it like before COVID. Yeah, obviously. But yeah, since the COVID started, I'm just keep this project in my mind and because I want to put it in the like a pocket and I just want to bring it out whenever I'm ready. So I spent a lot of time to yeah be prepared this project to be ready at any moment. So then, well, it was a really challenging time for me because I am a mom of two kids. So yeah, since the COVID time, I didn't know where to start my career again with the kids. Yeah, because yeah, there's no place I can hang out anymore in the nighttime. Yeah, also like can I hang out like people because of the COVID time? Yeah, so I actually that's why simply I set up the basement as a music room. I do the like a live stream things. Yeah, to my chops to keep my chops going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, but most of my COVID time, I've been really focused and prepared this project actually. Yeah. So yeah, we did actually a lot of work because I had to do make a score, even though it's not my arrangement, but my arranger is mostly written in like handwriting things. So I yeah had to make really good chart again, like a kind of, but it's not only like rewriting. I had to think about how to make music and how to music goes like. So I put a lot of effort make a music again and talk a lot with the arranger, like how to keep it going and how to like make a setup. So yeah, my most of the COVID time, yeah, babysitting and putting a lot of effort. Yeah, and as a musician itself, yeah, I try to keep play, but it's not ideal anyway. Like going out, yeah, to play, yeah, for a while at least. So
Good
yeah.
deal. Does anybody
Yeah.
else want to chime in?
Yeah, I'll chime in. I feel like I have a kind of unique perspective on the pandemic. I know for a lot of people, they feel like the pandemic is quote unquote over. For me personally, I contracted COVID twice in 2022, and I was left with a bunch of chronic illnesses and health problems afterwards.
Wow.
Oh,
And I spent 2 years being kind of functionally disabled. Most people didn't really know because I still worked and did the gigs that were of value to me. But I had like autonomic dysfunction, heart problems, and I've been left with what I think is like permanent myalgic encephalomyelitis, which is more commonly known as chronic fatigue syndrome. Last summer, I was lucky to start a treatment that has helped me with the worst of my symptoms. And I've been getting mostly back to work. But I think what the whole experience of all of this has left me with, aside from like a deep empathy for disabled people and how that like manifests in our society, the sentiment against disabled people, is basically just to embrace like the quality of the work and the people that we're doing that work with and we're spending that time with. Because I know for me, like I try to protect myself as much as possible out in the world, but in this life of doing music and playing saxophone, singing, playing woodwinds at all, performing, you can't really wear a mask in these situations to protect yourself. And,
You
you
can
know,
kind of with the whole.
I mean, you know, a hole is a hole. A hole is a potential breach for infection. But I just feel like I have this thing where I understand I'm kind of risking my life and my health to do this thing and to make it worth it, you know, have the projects that I'm doing and the time that I spend doing work really be worth it. Because you know, it could be anything. Anything could take you out at any time. I'm not saying that COVID is going to be the thing that could take me out, but anything could take us out at any time in this life, you know? And I just have a deep gratitude and appreciation now for the opportunities where I get to play music. And this group in particular is such a high level of musicianship and high quality of human being. And I'm really grateful to be a part of this project and to get to present this music with the world. I don't take it for granted, you know, it's worth it, you know, it's worth it. The potential you might get sick at a show, I'll 100% take that risk to do these shows with these people. And that's how I
Oh.
feel about the Empress. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to know why this particular calibration of individuals. How did this band get picked, and how does the chemistry work to make the sound that is so good on this album?
We just play, and people often say, "Oh, they're women, women that, women this," but just listen. Don't look at it. Just listen to it, and then I think we have high level of playing this music, and yeah. I forgot the question, but
Yeah, no, you answered it. It was about the chemistry and kind of the beginnings. What was it about all of the band members that were selected to be a part of this group? What
oh,
was,
that's the kind of question that Plume should answer.
Yeah, because I organized and getting people all together. It's all my taste actually.
okay.
Yeah, but before that I also really care about the like people itself. Yeah, I think Chelsea really mentioned well, like it's really good about the like a it's kind of high quality like a musicianship, also like a valued people. Yeah, I really love it. But so since I moved here, I was blown away like by how many incredible female home players out there. But when I started this band, I also care about the, like who's really great player, who's playing love in the scene, blah blah. But I really also care about the like a taste we all got same like also passionate. Also, it's kind of a community we already built in women. Actually, not only women, it's really good community. We set it up now. So I also really care about that side. So I just yeah, just ask like one by one, like can you yeah, do that. And I just try to make a really good picture all together. And I trusted myself like, oh, I got really good taste. I know like who's really good person, who's gonna be really good fit in this band. So I trusted my you know, I
Your
trust
instincts.
yeah, everything. Like I knew it worked really well. Like in many ways, not only in the music, it's really good chemistry. Like in person as well. We had a really fun time. Like during the session as well. Yeah. So
And
I agree. And I think the photo shoot was really fun too. I think like we really push each other on the bandstand. Like everybody in this band has a whole musical edge where we really push each
Mhm.
other musically. But then off the bandstand, I feel like we all just, there's a lot of laughs and love, and we bring out the best qualities in each other.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
totally agree with that. But the
Mm.
photo shoot, I was like overnight red eye flight from
Yeah.
the um
Also, it
from
was delayed,
West
right?
Coast. Yeah, and then I didn't have high heels and I had to wear like high heel. It
Oh my.
was brutal.
Yeah, because yeah, so it's a funny story because she mentioned about photo session we had. Actually, the photographer, actually his friends of mine, before the session, I sent him like a certain photos that, hey, make us look like this. But it was mostly like a Blackpink thing. But it's really funny because music, it's really like a really high quality. It's a really good, it's really like a really, yeah, hardcore music that I feel like that. Yeah, oh wow, this woman are no kidding, really good, like a strong power, like all the things. But at the same time, I just want to make it look really good.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, we
Yeah.
slayed.
So we had a really good photo session, and then I didn't really expect that good actually, but everybody wore like a really good, yeah, like a dress and look really good. So yeah, I just wanted to show that like, oh yeah, jazz can be like this. Yeah, this woman, look at this woman, looks really gorgeous, but plays so strong
But I
music.
also love that you shared that candid shot of us at the end of the photo shoot, and I was being really goofy. And I just love that like we have so much personality. Like don't get
Yeah.
it twisted. This is a band full of personalities, and yeah,
Yeah. That's
Mm.
well,
how
you're
I
gonna hear that on and off the bandstand.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I put the album title as a scale one. We all four different individual. Yeah, we got all the different characteristics, but when we comes together, it's really like a huge chemistry we already created
Yeah,
together.
it's like friendly fire. Like sometimes if I really play, I scare people because of the intention,
It's
but
true.
everyone is like
Yeah,
with the character, and it's not the competition. It's just so funny, and I love it.
yeah, it's really fun. Yeah.
And the name of the band is pretty magnanimous too. I mean, the word Empress just has this regal nature to it. So, along with the cover, that's what popped out to me because I get these so much in the mail. It immediately brought me in, but it also made me think. I don't think about colors and genders and all of that with music. I just don't think about that in life. I think it's
Mhm.
silly, but I do think about like Artemis and these power groups, all female, that are out there. And I'm wondering how do you feel about influencing young females that are out there playing their instruments to feel like they can have this kind of company of like-minded people to really push that envelope of females in an art form that's been dominated by males?
Mm. You want to go on, Chelsea, or
Yeah, I mean, I actually have one of those
yeah.
all women power groups. It's called Hera. It's with the founding members were me, Andromeda Ture, Ann Drummond, and Dia Owens, Alexis Lombre, and Shirazette Tinnen. And we've had a few other women come through the band at various points through our performances and stuff. And we're working on our first album. And I think it's absolutely like it's just an amazing time for that. Like I remember when I was the student, I was in the transition of like high school to college, and I was living in Pittsburgh. And coming from Pittsburgh, I had a ton of amazing mentors from like Roger Humphreys to Sean Jones when he was living there and teaching
Yeah.
at Duquesne. And then I moved to New York. And again, I had a lot of amazing mentors here, but not as many women mentors. But what I saw happen in the early 2000s was all these women start coming up in the scene, you know. I got to work with Brandy Younger a lot, even in some of the what I call the working scene, like weddings and corporate work. I had women who ran bands and ran companies and like paid me my paycheck. And I feel like coming up in the renaissance of women becoming band leaders and just leaders in general as artists, like it's definitely our responsibility to reach out and inspire the youth. Absolutely. I think it's one of our biggest missions, and it's super important. And all these different projects that I get to be a part of, whether they're all women projects or not, to be a woman on the bandstand and be held in esteem as an equal with all these great artists is just it's a great time to be fulfilling that mission. And yeah, it means a lot to me every time we get to do a project where there's, you know, four women on the bandstand, where the women outnumber the men.
Yeah, so when I grew up, there is like multiple big bands in my hometown, Sapporo, and it's usually all men, maybe one woman, or all men and one women singer. And but recently, it's so I see sometimes it's all women, one man in the band. So it's so so I think it inspires young women to become a jazz musician because they don't need to, you know, be the first one. The first one is always the hard one because it's no one really did it. But yeah, so I think being a role model for young women is, I think it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think it's a good, I hope it could be good case of the kind of a role model for the female musicians as well. Yeah, but also like I'm from Korea, I'm Asian woman, also have two mother. I mean, there's so much challenge for me, not only just being a woman. So just want to show no matter what, we can play music. Also, it could be really good, like a mentor, I don't know, good role model for the young musicians, not only like women musicians. So I just want to go beyond, and I just put the message for everyone. Yeah, because we are still woman group, woman led group actually, but we can still collaborate with so many bunch of musicians no matter what. Like yeah. So that's why I want to put the all the possibility and good opportunity to everyone. We can create the music together, but still we let the band and just want to show, yeah, like a woman leaders in the scene right now and how it's going to the future. So I think I hope, yeah, it could be good, yeah, role model for everybody else. Yeah.
Especially in these modern times where it's like the government has declared war on basic services for women, and there's so much uncertainty and so much nonsense swirling around the world right now. And if there was ever a time kind of mimicking the 60s, you know, music is a big antidote that's going to work against these machineries of fear and things that are happening in our society at a more ramped up level now. So do you ever feel like what you're doing, not only with Empress, but in general, being an artist, putting music out for people to kind of escape into, do you feel more emboldened by that, by the way the world is now in 2025?
I'll say
It's getting hard to me.
it's definitely getting hard. I'll say something about it though. Like I feel like it is part of the escapism, but I mean, like part of the antidote to that has always been community and collaboration too, right? So you kind of see this in the greater aspect of the music industry. You'll see people kind of talking down on how many people will collaborate to come together to write on a hit song. But the truth is like actually we're better as collaborators. Because, yeah, we can all just be women and have our own projects and be an island out in the scene and not come together, but we actually have greater strengths with one another. Whether they're the most like unspoken, pedantic things that you might not think have anything to do with the music, but when Pureum's talking about being a mother and I'm talking about having gone through chronic illness and disability, when you take the intersection of somebody who has the experience of being a mother and somebody who has the experience of having chronic illness and disability, and those two people come together in a professional situation, you have way more intersectionality, like advocacy through that intersectionality there. And we're creating a more nurturing space for musicians to come in and make music and thrive, right? Because, how are you going to thrive all the way by yourself as a mother or a disabled person, right? In the world, just ideologically, how our society is shaped now, right? And I think community is the answer to everything. These collaborations of us coming together as women are very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Community is kind of matter. So for now, that's why I decided, okay, I'll create my own path with the great community. Yeah, with the great people. Yeah, no matter what, like yeah, gender, whatever, like a country, whatever. I don't really care. We can collaborate in music, and that's how we create the strong community all together. And all the powers, I think, comes from there. So that's what I learned. So that's what I want to uh yeah, go actually from now on. So yeah.
So why Empress? Why was that the name?
I hope Lauren is here. Yeah. She put the name actually because when I just started this project, when I bring out the project, I asked Lauren the first because she's baritone player. There's not much female baritone player in the scene. So when I saw her first time, wow, she's amazing. That's how I want to start with her. So I asked her, and then she, yeah, really closely involved uh for the beginning, from the beginning part of the project. So we just sat down one day talking about the project, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. First time, I didn't want to put my name in the band because then like it's kind of Pureum Jin's something. But I just want to make really good unity, like good like a team. So I asked Lauren because she also did the Lioness before. I think she put the name of the band as well. So hey, maybe we should put the band name together. And then, oh, okay, let me think of because I did it, I know how to do it. That's what I felt from Lauren. Then yeah, I want to pick something great, something gorgeous, something express ourselves very well. And then she picked up Empress. How about Empress? Oh, sounds good. Let's go. I think it's better than like a princess something, right? Then yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, Empress. Let's
no,
go.
it's such a powerful term. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. The one thing about our collective minds that wrap ourselves around music is the live shows that we get the chance to see. So I got to hear from each of you. If we get off this call, time machine pulls up in front of your house, you can go anywhere in the history of jazz and see one show. Where are you going?
Let me think. Anyone wants to go first?
I don't know. There are so many. I can't
I
say
know.
one.
I know. It's hard, but you could hop around if you need to a little bit.
Hmm.
I mean, I want to see Bird, Cannonball, and Sonny Stitt live and hear what sounds like.
Yeah.
Oof, that's a good one.
See, Chelsea,
Because
I'm thinking,
everyone says like Louis Hayes, or everyone says Charlie Parker was another level if you hear live.
yeah.
So like I love Cannonball or other guys, but older people they say like Charlie Parker was so so much better than that or something like that. So
I
I'm curious.
That's where my question kind of came from. I go down to I'm in Kansas City, so I go down to 18 and Vine, and I just sometimes come out during a set break and I'll just walk around outside and I'm like, my God, the amount of people that used to walk by here. Everybody did. I mean, the Mutual Musicians Foundation is up the street around the corner from the Blue Room, and everybody went there. Miles went, every single Mary Lou Williams went from
Wow.
Pittsburgh and came to Kansas City and really kind of got her roots planted here. And that's what I was going to say, Chelsea, with you being in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. I mean, I'm thinking Mary Lou Williams, there's a lot of people that have come from that area.
So many. I mean, but I'm also one for the hang, right? So
Right.
when you got me thinking about this question, it's not just the when or what's some big famous concert they did. I'm thinking like, when would be their best hanging and jam sessions, right? Like, could you imagine just hanging with Ahmad Jamal and his period where he was just like building with his group and not even gigging as much, or going to those classic jam sessions in New York that nobody ever had any recordings of?
Yeah.
Or like
Hmm.
going to Japan when Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers were out there and like hanging out with them when they were like actually on the Ginza. Like, I think about that. Like,
Bobby Watson told me a story one time I will never forget, and it's burned in my brain. It's like a Norman Rockwell painting. He was on tour with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, and he was trying to talk about the spirit of Art, who was young and he loved the younger crowds. So when he went to Europe, they would go to discos. And he mentioned at one point how
Yeah,
Art just like walked through the fog on the street. And he
yeah,
was
like
like indomitable, like the young spirit. And he was going to go dance his ass off all night long in a place. And he was just talking about how he came through the fog like this mythical creature. And I always think about that, you know?
I believe it, man, because the way he played, it's like Anderson .Paak said, if she can't dance, she can't ooh.
Yeah.
And Art Blakey,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I would love to see that. See, now that's going on the list of places,
That's
things
it.
I would want to see is actually Art Blakey coming from the gig going to the disco.
So
wow.
with AI, we may be close. I mean, they may be able to transmute us back in
Ah,
time. All right. I mean, Einstein
Yeah.
didn't just have an idea. So, but
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, I sometimes imagine myself like if I going back to like a 50s or 60s and sitting in a jazz club, yeah, like say like a Coltrane plays. Then I always wondered after yeah, kind of the same ideal of Chelsea. I just want to see them after hours. I just want to sitting inside when they are doing sessions or whatever happen
oh
after
yeah.
hours. Yeah, because when you see the film around midnight, maybe I could be like a kind of the guy just sitting out there like a club waiting, people coming out, musicians coming out, and just want to see what's going on, and just want to be part of like a session or music with them. Yeah, that's kind of I imagined all the time. Yeah.
yeah. So if anyone wants to pick up a copy of Square One that would benefit you the most, is Bandcamp where to go?
What is that?
If anybody wants to pick up a copy of the album that would
Oh yeah,
benefit you the most, your bottom line is Bandcamp the best place to go?
Bandcamp. Yeah, so and actually if but this time so many people want to have autographed CDs.
Okay. There you go.
So yeah, you can get it from my website. I just recently opened up the store. It's a really good question. Thank you. So yeah, because so many people ask, I want to get the sign on it. Yeah, I have it. So
Okay.
please check my website. Also, I have a store there. So you can easily, yeah, can get it one.
What about live shows? What are you doing to tour and promote the album?
Yeah, so we have a coming show at the Blue Alley in DC. So
Excellent.
it'll be great if people live close by, please come. It's March 24th, Monday. Yeah.
So I was thinking if for your follow-up album, The Empress Strikes Back would be fun and you could have like a space scene behind you. How
Yeah.
hip would that be? I'm just putting it out
Yeah.
there. I had to go there. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about because I really do. I love the name, and it's just like I'm just thinking. And this cover was so good. Yeah. See, look at
That's
that.
why everyone has a jazz T-shirt.
Yeah,
Musician's life.
it's on the back. So
Well, and merch too. Are you selling merch?
yeah, March.
Okay, so they can go to your website and get that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I will put I'll put all that in the show notes. If I'm missing any links, send them to me, and I'll make sure that I shuttle everybody in the right direction. So this has been wonderful. Thank you all for getting together and taking a minute out. It's really great. I love the album. I can't wait to profile it on the show. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I got one more thing for your show notes.
Okay, please.
March 24th is my birthday.
Okay.
So please let everybody know to come out to Blues Alley and celebrate my birthday with me.
Yes.
We would love to see them. It's going to be a party.
Yeah.
Hello, friends. Joe Domino here. I just wanted to let you know that after 30 years or so, I have finally released my first book of poetry through the mighty Spartan Press here in Kansas City, Missouri. As the creator and host of both Neon Jazz Radio and the Famous Interviews with Joe Domino podcast, along with being a visual artist, I'm ready to embark on a new adventure and want you to be a part of it. You can get a copy online via Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and actually on the streets in Kansas City at the great Prospero's bookstore off 39th Street. You can also visit joedomino.com for links to the book, to more poetry, and everything in my world, including paintings. Thanks for all of the love and support over the years, and please dig the words.